Welcome to Daily WIP, the show where we discover everyone's growing media company. On the show today we're going to be talking about me. I'm aware, hang on, this is Jimmy's favourite sound. I'm aware that, hang on, also have to do a sound sync on this one. I'm aware that I've been talking to you guys and girls for 84 episodes. This is number 85. 85 episodes. And I haven't really even told you who I am so that you know why I'm telling you anything. So I thought in this episode we will get a nice little open fire, we'll get a little drink, and we'll have story time with Rollo. So let's start at the beginning. My name is Rollo Wenlock. You'll probably never meet anybody with the same name. Rollo is, if any of you know Rupert the Bear, there is a real boy in that book where everyone else is half animal, half human, and that boy's name is Rollo. And then Wenlock is an English name. I was born in England, and if you go up England to the border of Wales, there's a place called Shrewsbury, and just beside that is a place called Wenlock, and that's where the name is from. But as you can tell, there's this weird accent, which is a Kiwi accent, but mixed in with an English accent, because I was born in England, grew up, came to New Zealand, did a whole lot of stuff, then went back to England. And that's where the story about what I've been doing, which ties into why I'm making these videos, starts. Come from a creative family, so everyone does creative stuff. There's architecture, fashion, food, industrial design, photography, illustration, animation. What else? I think that fashion, yeah. So that's about it. And film was me. So I grew up wanting to be a filmmaker from the age of 16, and then moved into post-production and filmmaking. Worked in New Zealand at a post-production company, got fired, moved to work at a TV station, and did graphics there, got made redundant, became freelance, and then moved to London, and then did cool things like made this music video for The Prodigy, and made a range of other TV commercials and music videos that all had lots of views on YouTube in the early days, and of course on TV and everything. And through that process, I then got quite into filmmaking, as in storytelling, and the whole thing of, I want to get into the Cannes Film Festival and win all these awards. So in London, being a young guy wanting to get much more into film, tried to do a few short films there, but didn't really get into the culture of it, and discovered that if you want to make actual films, you really have to make them in your formative years. You really have to make them in your homeland or home area. So I came back to New Zealand when I was just turning 29 or 30, and then moved to Wellington, which is where we are right now, and then started to raise investment for filmmaking through the New Zealand Film Commission. It's just a hair on the lens. Made a couple of short films that got into international film festivals, like the Clermont-Ferrand Film Festival.
I want you to see this, man. It's a fucking mint rotary. I've only seen them in the magazines, man. It's fucking incredible. It's fucking amazing the power that fucking things pump out the sides, really. Incredible. I should bang one in the soup, bro.
And then from there, I started a production company with my brother, Ned, who is an illustrator animator, who makes stuff like this. And through that process, always had a bit of an interest in technology. And we were doing work with international clients, and we'd have to send them a work in progress video. This all might start to sound a bit familiar for anyone who uses this product. Needed to share work with clients, and we used to use Dropbox or Vimeo with a password. And it was just so average, because it was just, you'd share a compressed video with someone, you didn't know if they'd watched it. They would have to do screen grabs and make drawings about where they were making comments, and you'd get emails from some people. Some people wouldn't CC other people, so you'd end up with these different bits of feedback from different people that didn't actually relate. So you'd just be like, I'm spending over half of my creative time actually just collating feedback for changes. And a lot of the work was visual effects based, motion graphics, dirty 2.5D, 3D graphics, which can often be frame specific on when things are happening. And so you really needed comments on the frame and potentially pointing at what needs changing. So then I was like, maybe there's a thing we could do where this could be easier. And I kid you not, this is what happened. We'd had our first child. She was a month old, called Harper. I was just holding her at dawn because they wake up goddamn early. And our house has got a view of the sunrise. And then the sun leaves at about 2 o'clock and then it's in the shade. So sad. But we have the sunrise. I'm standing there in the lounge, big windows, standing there with this baby, looking at the view. The sun's just about to come over the hill. And, you know, our house has got very dusty windows. And so I'm there just thinking about stuff. What was it? Maybe almost 6 o'clock in the morning. And then the sun comes over and hits the dust on the windows. Instantly my eyes rack focus from the distance to the foreground. And then that split second I was like, oh my God, why don't we put comments on top of videos? Why don't we put review on the video? The video becomes the canvas for the conversation. And it was instantly an idea, threw the baby away, started drawing up ideas, messaged my brother like 100 comments. And then from there it was very quickly like, we've got to either prove or disprove that there's something in this. And from there it was trying to meet people who could maybe co-found a tech company, technology people, designers, Met a couple of guys, Nick Green and then James Findlater, who came on as the tech guy and the design guy. And then we just started to like bamboozle it together, started to enter pitch competitions, tried to enter accelerators and stuff, so sort of like got into everything and kind of won everything. Went through the accelerator for 3 months, raised a whole bunch of money at the back end through angel investors, and then just started to build the real product and put it into market. And then, you know, got our first 100 customers paying us $100 a year to kind of like prove the beta. And then, you know, iterated from a very average product. It's funny, but we had companies, like real big companies, using it when it was so budget that the commenting on the video, you didn't know who made the comment. It was just like a color box, and you wrote your comment, and then you have to write your name at the end so people knew who actually said that on what thing. And it didn't even have a pointer to point at where the comment was made. It just had, it's like the shape of a comment box. And wherever you clicked was the center of the comment box. So it had a little arrow at the bottom which actually pointed somewhere else. So we had companies paying to use that, which is really, when you're in a tech company, you know that you're solving a problem, because if they're not willing to live through some horror, then the pain's probably not that big. So from there, it was very much like getting, you know, customers month after month, getting a few more customers, building, adding more features, making it work for teams, making it work for bigger companies so they can start to organize all their files. And then starting to get really big companies like Disney come in and buy huge enterprise products off us and start to, you know, integrate Whipster as a video making tool across their company, and of course thousands of other companies. And so then you get to this point now where we talk every day. We talk with so many top tier agencies, top tier brands, top tier production companies, freelancers who all use the product and are doing incredible things with video and also other things like, you know, imagery and other things like that. That we just learn stuff all the time. And that's why I thought I'd do this video series, is to go, look, where I come from a creative filmmaking background. I've brought that I don't know, energy and thought process of filmmaking into a technology company where we're now building tools to enable people to make better video or more video at speed. And then through that process, I've met now some of the greatest creative minds, marketing minds in the world who we work with and learn every day. And I thought, well, let's give some of that learning into a series called the Daily WIP. And WIP, of course, stands for work in progress. So it's the daily work in progress. It's the daily grind of meeting everyone, doing all this work, getting customers, retaining them, growing them, building more and more of the product so it becomes much more of a content machine about helping people not just review and improve the stuff, but also put it together as a library and get it out. With publishing, which we've already built, you can already publish to any social platform from Whipster, and soon you'll be able to do more of that. And so that's where this series comes from. So we're up to episode 85. And really, this first 100 episodes is really just trying to find out what interests you, how to make this type of video, how to make it production efficient so I can do it every day. And then once we get that going on, and there's already like a few people who watch every episode and they message me, and it's so cool, like waking up in the morning after I've posted it at night, waking up and then opening up the YouTube app, which shows you the comments. And then you've got all these conversations, and they're like making comments about this, or they picked up on that. And it's really cool because you can start to see that this is helpful stuff Like all I'm trying to do is give this information. If I'm gathering it from all these people across the world, put it in one place, which is this video series, so you guys can all just pick up what's being done. So of the 85 episodes, I try to be pretty good with the titles so that the title actually relates to the information inside. It's a little bit clickbaity, but everyone's a little bit clickbaity. Hang on. But that's okay, because everyone's clickbaity. But the thing that you see, now this one, can anyone remember what video we put this in? That'd be interesting. The thing that we are now doing is that once we hit episode 100, we're like, okay, by episode 100, I think we're going to be pretty good about making these types of videos, this style of video. And then from 100, it's like distribution. You know, how do we get this in front of more people? Because we now feel like we know what we're doing. It's valuable to people. It's actually going to help the industry. And then we're going to be audience building, which is going to be really, really fun as well, because that's a whole other skill set, right? So if any of you have thoughts on what we should be doing for that, you can put some notes below, because that'd be really helpful. So yeah, so that's really the story of where I've come from, creative background to technology, and now expanding out to the whole of the business world, I guess, of, you know, MarTech, marketing technology. So that should give you context as to why I'm doing this video series, why I know what I do know and what I don't know, and gives you a picture of where we're going. So thanks for watching, and of course subscribe if you haven't already, so you get one of these every business day, a new video every day, and share it with other people that you think will find it valuable, which is video creators making business videos, marketers who are trying to figure out how to use video in business, and media companies. All of you guys will learn more from this series. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you next week. Bye-bye.